Today we're going to be checking out character miscellany trailers for Genshin Impact. We're going to be starting with the oldest one until the newest one. So let's go ahead and jump into Venti's and see what's going on. So a lot of people are recommending that I check these out just to get a better idea of the characters.
Venti has recently appeared in the world, singing tales for the city of freedom and romance. This city is Mondstadt, the crown of the north, a free nation with no ruler. This once bitter cold land in the north of Teyvat is now fertile.
Wait, it doesn't have a ruler?
By the god of Anemo, they say. 1,000 years have passed since the god of Anemo left this land. But to me, it has only been half that time.
Come on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered. As
an archer with the power of Anemo, Venti can battle with ease in
I kind of like the narrator. That's a pretty good VA.
Style and his ability to launch enemies with his elemental skill allow for a high amount of mobility in battle.
Wait, is it Diluc?
His unique
is the narrator
can pull together nearby enemies.
That's pretty cool.
Making him a strategic character who can both deal damage and control the battlefield.
I think my favorite thing about Anemo is just the fact that it mixes so well with other elements. Oh, and it increases your stand too.
Skill will come in handy on your adventures. Take Venti along when exploring the beautiful open world. Normal attacks can perform up to 6 consecutive shots. The first
he's got some style.
Can fire an extra arrow, while the 6th shot deals greater damage. Hold the attack button to use a more powerful aim shot.
Like I just quick shot his head.
Charged, an Anemo-infused arrow is fired.
Oh,
and deals
okay.
Even more damage to the enemy.
Oh, this actually does like break it down. I didn't know what I really expected.
On which hymns and songs fly to lift your enemies up into the sky. When you use the elemental skill Skyward Sonnet, Venti summons a wind domain at the enemy's location, dealing area of effect Anemo damage. Enemies are launched into the air and fall slowly to the ground.
Oh, I see. And then you can mix that
to summon an even larger wind domain around Venti.
Oh, you can hold it.
Area of effect damage and launching enemies into the air.
So it has a little bit of variety, but you have to charge it up a
powerful
bit.
Wind to fly high into the air. Adept use of this skill not only allows you to attack enemies, but also dodge attacks and move around the environment.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
If the opportunity presents itself, you can also use a plunging attack from above. Wind domains can even be utilized to help you get around.
I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd use it for like movement though, because it seems like it'd just be easier to run up there and grab it.
Holding Skyward Sonnet will also create a temporary upcurrent as you fly into the air.
Okay, that might be more worth to get into different areas.
Arrow infused with coalesced winds, Venti creates a fierce storm that sucks in surrounding enemies and deals Anemo damage.
That one's kind of cool.
Contact with hydro, pyro, cryo, or electro elements causes the storm to absorb that element and deal additional elemental damage.
See, that's like the cool thing about that. I love that.
One element each time. After unlocking the Talit Storm Eye, Venti's energy will be replenished at the end of Wind's Grand Ode. If an element was absorbed, the energy of party members of that element will also be replenished.
Whoa, okay.
Venti is more than capable of handling different obstacles.
So it can actually help the members on your team as well.
Strategic party selection and teamwork can help you maximize Venti's abilities.
Oh, he's got some style, a little finesse on that.
First, use Divine Archery to attack enemies from afar and whittle away at their health. Use Skyward Sonnet to launch dangerous enemies into the air. Gather up energy to prepare for the final attack.
Lisa just tanking some shots, okay.
Full, unleash your elemental burst.
Ooh, okay, I see.
Grand Ode sucks the enemies in and deals Anemo damage.
And then you'd want to switch it up with somebody else's element.
On enemies in the storm to generate a swirl reaction. Then use another compatible element to cause an elemental reaction.
Oh, I'm starting to see how that could kind of work.
Reaction brings the battle to a swift end.
So you can kind of like combo into another elemental.
As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind.
Yeah, so it's a nice little flow between different elements on your team.
Captures this spirit in his ballads. Flora and fauna he sings of seem to have a life of their own.
He has a really cool design
Transport
though.
us to the moon and the stars. This self-proclaimed best bard of the mortal world gets his strength, his unwithering inspiration from the wind.
Yo, a nice storm terror? Wait, what?
But what Venti seeks in life is not eternal fame for his ballads. Rather, he'd be happy with a cup of wine and a lyre to sing the marvelous stories of the world.
Oh, what a simple man.
That would make Venti the Bard very content indeed.
Okay, so he definitely seems like he works very well with different elemental teams and being able to set up stuff like that. I don't know. That's my favorite thing about the Anemo element. I think it's really cool to be able to set up other elements and stuff like that.
Industry. Wealth and information are at his fingertips. Modest and refined, yet quick to act whenever Mondstadt faces a crisis.
Okay, we got Diluc, the Edge
caused him
Boy.
to choose this path? How very curious.
There must be those who dare to pierce the darkness with their light.
Do they not have the same
One who
VA?
wields pyro and a claymore, Diluc has perfected the art of violence.
Oh, his name's Diluc. I thought it was
Dominates
Diluc.
the battlefield.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a trial on him, but I haven't seen exactly
Diluc
his
causes
stuff.
massive damage with ease and crushes all his foes.
Okay, I like how his greatsword goes on fire. That's pretty dope.
Born a noble, Diluc is well versed in all things swords. With his guidance, no metal ore is wasted in their making. When forging claymores, Diluc recovers a set percentage of the ores used.
Okay, I had no
adventure.
idea that
Diluc's
they
normal
had that
attack
kind of
performs up to 4 consecutive strikes.
like
fourth strike
skills when you
launching
do different
enemies.
things. That's kind of cool, like crafting and
Holding
stuff.
The attack button constantly consumes Diluc's stamina to launch swift consecutive attacks, dealing increased physical damage to nearby enemies.
Oh, so he has a little bit
Unleashing an
different.
extra
Like Noelle does
powerful
the
attack at
spin
the
with
end
hers,
that launches enemies
but he just kind of just
Use this
starts
wisely
swinging.
to scatter enemy groups and defeat shielded foes.
That's actually kind of cool though. That not each greatsword user has that.
Decreases Diluc's charged attack stamina consumption and increases its maximum duration. Use his fierce attacks to defeat those before you. Using the elemental skill Searing Onslaught, Diluc strikes with his claymore, dealing pyro damage. This can be done 3 times in a row, with a short window of time to connect each strike.
Okay, so it's like a chain attack. You want to keep kind of
This skill
spamming
enters
it.
cooldown if the next strike is not activated in a short period of time.
Right, okay, so you lose
Searing
it.
Onslaught in concert with normal attacks allows you to deal constant damage to enemies.
Oh, so it has a little bit of a timer though. So you can kind of get away from
deals pyro damage.
kind
Diluc
of
can
mixing
form
it up a
combinations
bit.
with other characters, using elemental reactions to deal greater damage.
Oh, and you can swap off onto somebody else while in it. Okay. Okay, that's
Surrounding
dope.
himself in
The
flames,
Phoenix
Diluc
thing?
knocks nearby enemies back.
Oh my god, it
before
takes them
gathering the
too.
flames into his blade and launching a phoenix.
Okay, that
Dealing
animation's
massive
sick.
Pyro damage to enemies in its path. Diluc's normal and charged attacks will also deal pyro damage for a period of time.
Okay, that's the stack that you get
Dawn
after
has
that.
a very
Okay.
large hitbox, allowing it to not only strike airborne foes, but also forcibly reposition enemies to an extent, making it very strong against groups.
Yeah, it is. It
Damage
just
conversion
wiped
that
those
Dawn
back lines.
provides further strengthens Diluc's attacks.
Yeah, that's kind of cool that you get the pyro
Unlocking
thing on the normal
Blessing of
attacks too.
Phoenix talent increases the duration of Dawn's pyro damage conversion. And
Oh,
gives
so you get it
Diluc a
longer.
pyro damage bonus.
You just whale alien on that guy.
Diluc is,
Whale
without
alien.
question,
Whale
a
alien.
well-honed warrior who efficiently deals with any task. Now, please witness him in action.
Oh, let me. Yes, I'm glad to
Begins
see him.
suppressing the target with normal attacks, combining it with his elemental skill to deal great pyro damage to the enemy. He weaves between these two
Oh,
attack
so it's actually
modes
kind of better
suppress the
to
foe more quickly, while building up elemental energy.
use the E like in
Uses his elemental
between
burst once his
regular
energy is
attacks.
full, followed by attacks enhanced by Blessing of Phoenix.
And then you just kind of go at the end
Defeating the enemy flawlessly.
with the buff of the pyro on the sword after the
His
ult.
explosive, ruthless fighting style and his aloof manner are all admirable traits.
Actually, I didn't know it went this much in
But if
detail on
disaster
the different
from
ways
5
that
centuries
the
ago
characters
were to
can be
happen
used.
again, if he were to face the same evil that I once did, would he still hold fast to his resolve? This too makes me most curious indeed.
Okay, I want to know who the narrator is, because obviously it's not him, like I thought. But I thought they had like a similar VA. All right, so the next one I'm actually pretty excited to see. I liked her
There are
character
many
demo,
remarkable people in
so I actually want to
Mondstadt's
see how
Knights
she
of
plays.
Favonius. Among them is a small knight who raised Stormbearer Mountains flat, and whose name
Yes.
has recently become commonplace.
Oh,
both within
God.
Mondstadt and beyond.
She's so much fun.
When it comes to Spark Knight Klee, there are
Klee,
rumors aplenty.
okay. I'm gonna try to remember her name.
Interestingly, those telling these rumors do so with a smirk and a shake of their heads.
I like her
Joking that even
character so
Mondstadt's
much.
Fish have learned to swim away when they see her.
Hey, is that canon that she just goes around smacking fish?
Well known as the Spark Knight, Klee is able to deal continuous pyro damage. With her
She's so
childlike
cute.
glee and a pack and pockets full of bombs.
It's so funny that she has bombs in
Watch
her
out,
backpack.
as anything near her may be turned to ash in
Oh
a
my
fiery
God.
explosion. Klee loves adventures.
I
and is
love the way
adept
she
at
runs
expeditions
too.
and gathering. Not only does she know the locations of Mondstadt's unique
Oh,
flora,
okay.
she may also know where to find a treasure or two. When Klee is on your team, the location of items unique to Mondstadt will appear on your minimap.
Wait,
When
you
it
need to
comes
have
to
her on your
anything
team to get
explosive,
certain things?
Klee simply can't control her enthusiasm.
Oh God.
Klee's normal attack performs up to 3 consecutive explosive attacks that deal AoE pyro damage.
Oh, it does AoE on the
The attack
normals.
button consumes a certain amount of stamina, and after a short casting time, blasts enemies, dealing AoE pyro damage.
Ooh, okay. So she has a little bit more
Klee's up
AoE.
high,
That's
her
kind of
charged
cool.
attack can reach enemies even farther away.
Oh, I see.
Also, Klee's normal and charged attacks are especially effective against geo targets, making them ideal against enemies with geo shields, and for quickly mining ore.
So is that just for pyro, or is that
After
just for her
unlocking
because
the
she has
talent's sparkling
explosives? I
burst,
imagine it's
when
because
Klee's
it's
charged attack
explosives,
lands a
right?
critical hit, some energy will be restored for all party members.
Oh, okay, cool.
Use Klee's elemental skill.
Jumpy
Toss
Dumpy.
Jumpy Dumpty. Jumpy Dumpty will bounce 3
Ugh.
times, each bounce causing an explosion that deals AoE pyro damage.
Oh, so it doesn't carry them with it
On
though.
the third bounce,
Or some of them,
Jumpy
anyway.
Dumpty will burst into mines. These explode upon contact with
Oh,
enemies
God.
or after a short time, dealing AoE pyro damage.
Okay, she's dope. She
Jumpy
seems
Dumpty
like so
will
much
automatically
fun.
recharge over time to up to 2 charges.
You can do 2 of them, and
It
then
is
they all
effective
get their
in dealing
minds
with
out.
groups of enemies. After Jumpy Dumpty explodes, switch characters and pull enemies together to take advantage of the mines and deal a lot of damage to enemies.
Oh my God.
After unlocking the
Oh,
talent pounding
nuts.
surprise, when Jumpy Dumpty and normal attacks deal damage, Klee has a chance to obtain an explosive spark. When Klee has an explosive spark, instead of consuming stamina, her next charged attack will expend the spark instead. And deal
Oh,
increased
so you can
damage.
get a little bit of extra bonus there without worrying about the stam.
Klee's Blazing Delight, Sparks and Splash, continuously attacks nearby enemies for the duration of the skill, dealing AoE pyro damage.
Oh, she's just
Sparks
straight
and
up
Splash
AoE
has high
too.
damage and attack rate.
Well, she's kinda
Empowering
dope,
Klee
not
to
gonna
deal
lie.
Immense damage while on the battlefield. Klee is able to continuously dish out strong pyro attacks, earning her a role as the firepower of your party. Next, let's look at a battle to experience Klee's incredible
So is she like a heavy DPS then? Because it actually seems like she'd be pretty good at taking out large groups.
Elemental skill and normal attacks to repeatedly activate the effect of the talent pounding surprise, and
Oh my
use charged
God.
attacks to suppress enemies.
She can continuously do it.
When her energy is full, unleash an elemental burst to further increase her ability to deal damage. After this, Klee can have fun causing explosions.
Oh my gosh, she's kinda bullying the dude.
When the people of Mondstadt
I want her to come
talk about
back.
their home,
I want her.
They proudly call it the City of Wind, Dandelions, and Freedom.
And of Klee.
Perhaps it was Mondstadt's atmosphere of freedom that led the famous adventurer Alice to entrust her daughter Klee to the care of the Knights of Favonius.
Who's Alice? I want to know that.
With this
I want to know who
freedom,
Alice is.
Klee has had a happy and unrestrained childhood, but all baby birds must leave the nest sometime.
I wonder if they'll ever do a thing where like characters grow up and stuff. That'd be kind of
Will
cool.
remain just as happy-go-lucky when that day comes.
I absolutely love the way they present her.
All the way.
That'd be kind of cool though if they did like a time skip or something like that. You know, that'd be kind of dope. I don't know if they would ever like be interested in doing that. Obviously, Jean. Okay, I've never played Jean, but obviously I know who she is.
Mondstadt's Knights of Favonius left on
Of
an
Favonius.
expedition. His role passed to Jean, the eldest daughter of House Gunhildr.
Gunhildr.
The young acting grandmaster had become a skilled swordsman through hard
I like her
work,
design actually.
and works harder still for the sake of the
I think it's
Knights.
super simple, but I don't know. I think it fits her pretty well.
After all, is the Dandelion Knight's path.
As
Jean.
the wind continues to blow, so too shall I continue to fight.
Jean has excellent crowd control and support abilities, and can act in concert with others to suppress the enemy.
Oh, she has a little bit of a.
Jean's elemental
Oh,
burst can instantly restore her health.
oh wait,
and
she can
benefit
heal
her
herself.
allies as well, making her the pillar of any team. Even when cooking,
Oh.
Jean is always concerned with helping others, and can accidentally make extra helpings.
Hey, you know
When
what? I'll
Jean
take the
cooks a
extra
restorative
helpings.
dish perfectly, she has a chance to create 2 of them.
Wait, what?
All
She
the
can
better to
double?
face the battles ahead.
Oh, and that probably goes on any meal
Jean
prepared
can
too. That's
perform
actually
up to
pretty cool.
5 consecutive normal attacks, dealing physical
I never knew
damage to
about that. I didn't know they
enemies.
had their own little traits
Holding
like
the
that to
attack
help
button
in different
consumes a
ways.
set amount of stamina and unleashes a wind-infused thrust that deals high physical damage.
I'm gonna keep some up too, so it's a knock up.
Launched enemies will fall slowly for a short time.
That's pretty cool, especially if you have like a
allowing
nice
Jean
archer
to
on your
control the
team.
flow of battle and give her teammates a chance to perform follow-up
Or I guess
attacks
any
with
ranged.
safety.
I guess it doesn't have to be an archer, but
Unlocking the talent Wind Companion gives Jean's normal attacks a chance to heal all party members on hit. This healing scales with Jean's attack power. Tapping her
no.
elemental skill Gale Blade causes Jean to gather formless wind on her sword and unleash a small storm.
so you can just
launching
heal
enemies
based
in
on
the
like
direction
smacking
Jean is
people
aiming,
around.
dealing animo damage. Holding Gale Blade constantly consumes Jean's stamina,
Oh, you can target it.
pulling nearby enemies in front
Oh,
of her
wow, that's actually kind of cool.
and allowing her to adjust the direction in which she wishes to
But it takes
launch
that
them,
stam
dealing
away
animo
too, though.
damage. Enemies launched by Gale Blade will remain clumped together when they fall, making follow-up attacks easier. Gale Blade is a very flexible ability.
You're gonna throw him off the
Strategic
mountain. I
use
didn't
of
even think of
surrounding
that.
terrain will often amplify its effects.
So I wonder if there's a weight limit to that though, because I'm guessing she can't pick up big boys or like bosses and stuff.
Calling upon the wind's protection, Jean creates a dandelion field, knocking nearby enemies back and dealing animo damage. The field
Oh, it's
also
like a
quickly
little-
heals nearby allies.
Oh, it
and
even
all
pushes
party
them
members.
out.
This healing scales with Jean's attack power. The dandelion field continuously heals characters within it, infusing them with animo.
Okay, so she's actually a
while
pretty
dealing
good
animo
like battle
damage to
medic
enemies
basically.
who enter or leave the field.
That's pretty cool.
Once the talent Let the Wind Lead is unlocked, using Dandelion Field will regenerate some additional elemental energy.
Oh, and you get elemental hits.
Jean can
Oh,
help her
okay.
team take charge, aid in their attacks, and do great damage through skillful use of her abilities.
So she's a pretty fun like
well-rounded fighter
support,
indeed.
and she can do a little bit of damage. That's
Start the
pretty
battle
cool.
by using her elemental skill, mop up nearby enemy groups, and build elemental energy. Then use her charged attack to disrupt their movements, allowing your party members to switch in, attack, and deal damage. When your party members have taken significant damage, use her elemental burst at the opportune moment to repel enemies and regenerate your team's
Knock
health
'em off,
before
yeah.
beginning the next round of attacks to finish the fight.
Okay, that's actually pretty dope. This actually gives me a lot more insight.
Experience. Mondstadt has only prospered since she assumed Varka's great responsibilities. Even I, who has seen countless people, must respect her desire to always defend Mondstadt. But unlike most who bear great burdens, this young knight has remained as tenacious as ever. How was her will molded, and what sustains her edge such that it never wears down? If fate wills it, I will find the answer to these questions.
I kind of like how it gives a little bit of a like. Okay, it's like obviously the narration, but on top of that, it's actually like the narrator has a little bit of a backstory. So even if you're kind of going through, you're like, huh, Kind of wonder what's going on with that guy. Like, obviously, you may know if you've like gone super far into the story, you probably know who that is. But for me, it's pretty cool.
Few and far between.
I love
As a
her.
zombie, time has no effect on her, but she has difficulty committing things to memory.
The fact that she's a zombie and they've just committed to that.
This is a good thing. She can forget her past and be an herb gatherer at Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Boo Boo Pharmacy.
But those who underestimate her just for being
That's actually a cool little bridge.
do so at their peril.
I am Qiqi. I am a zombie. And I forgot what comes next.
It's okay. We forgive you.
With her mastery over cryo, Qiqi is a powerful
Oh.
asset to your team. Despite her size, she has the strength to protect others.
Oh my God.
With
She
Qiqi
creates a
by your
blizzard.
side, you will always feel safe.
Wait, and she gets
When
some sort of
gathering
like
herbs, she
status
always
on
knows
him.
where to find them, because she always carries a notebook with her that has all their locations marked, lest she go out and become completely lost. With Qiqi
Oh, she
on your
runs
team,
like you
the
too.
mini-map will show areas where plants unique to Liyue grow, making
Oh,
it easier
I
to gather
see.
certain resources.
Okay.
Qiqi's normal attack can combo up to 5 slashes, dealing physical damage to enemies. Holding the attack button consumes a set amount of stamina, and releases a 2-slash flurry, dealing high physical damage.
Oh, and it is pushback too, or at least on the
Qiqi's elemental
slimes.
skill, Herald of Frost, deals cryo damage to
Oh.
surrounding enemies. Herald of Frost moves with the character, dealing damage.
Ooh,
along the
nice.
way,
You can swap off
while
too.
also healing the current character periodically.
Oh, and a heal. Okay, actually, there's some depth to these characters. I'm not even gonna lie there. I thought everybody was a little bit more simplistic.
Heal the entire party.
Oh, so she kind of has that
allies.
combat
by a
medic
set
as
amount
well.
Based on Qiqi's attack power. Not only does this increase the team's endurance, it also allows you to
Alright.
dominate the enemy when paired with Hydro.
I see.
This skill is also useful during exploration. Using it
Oh.
to freeze water surfaces is a sound
Oh,
strategy
wait.
for conserving stamina.
So it actually has a kind of a cool
After unlocking
gimmick
the
outside of
talent
combat.
prolonging methods, when a character under the influence of Adeptus Art Herald of Frost triggers an elemental reaction, incoming healing is increased.
Sacred name.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You can have it going on another
When Qiqi
person that
releases
can
the
consistently
adeptal
do a
power
different type
sealed
of
inside
damage.
herself, she marks nearby enemies with a fortune-preserving talisman and deals cryo damage to them.
Okay.
When enemies marked with fortune-preserving talismans take damage, the character dealing the damage is healed. By
Oh
choosing
my
an
God,
opportune
really?
moment to use Adeptus Art Preserver of Fortune, the whole team can be protected while dishing out damage.
Okay, so the mark gives healing based
After
on.
unlocking the talent, a glimpse into our
Damage,
damage,
okay.
Normal and charged attack hits have a chance to tag enemies with a fortune-preserving talisman.
Oh, okay, so it's not just unique to the
1%
old.
period.
Oh,
Qiqi has the ability to constantly heal, an excellent safeguard that helps keep your team alive.
Okay, I'm
The more
digging the
difficult
combat
battle,
medics.
The more apparent Qiqi's assistance becomes. When entering battle, first use Herald of Frost to allow your team to deal constant cryo damage and easily trigger elemental reactions for greater damage. The effects of Herald of Frost
Oh
will
my
keep
God,
your team
I
fighting
barely
fit
dodged that.
until the right moment comes to unleash an elemental burst, allowing your team to safely unleash all the firepower they've got.
Okay, yeah, this definitely goes into a lot of detail, and especially for like newer players like me who kind of
As a
struggle.
zombie, Qiqi has escaped the grip of both time and death. How Qiqi entered this state of existence, I do not know.
I
But
wonder if we can get a
doubt
backstory
it was
to it.
of her own volition. Are the heavenly principles toying with her, or is fate seeking to torture her? Is an ordinary life of simple pleasures really a thing so fragile?
What I was saying though is that for newer players like me who kind of struggle with the elemental like combinations and stuff like that, I actually think these, like, just watching them, even though some of these characters I may not even get to or even have anyway, I think it's really cool to kind of see how some of the elements work, or some of the ideas anyway, that you can kind of pair. You can kind of use that information to pair with like your current team and be like, okay, well actually my unit does this and my team is kind of structured this way, so I can actually start using my elemental combinations and stuff this way. I don't know, it's actually pretty cool that Genshin even
The
does this,
stars
like a breakdown of each one of these
illuminate
characters.
all mortal destinies,
I think this is
though
really
few
cool.
have eyes to perceive their
I thought
meaning.
this would be pretty basic, not gonna lie. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, well, here's this. But it actually gives you like this narration and stuff.
The fates of others through stars
Which granted, I keep talking over, but
But while no phenomenon is hidden from the astrologist Mona, she struggles
Mona.
often with the minutiae of daily life.
minutia. Oh my god, what a word, bro.
It is the
I've never
most
heard that.
common predicament. The more you seek truth, the more simple joys elude you.
Okay, so she's water based, right? Hydro.
Long
Should
had
probably
I
start using
foreseen.
them by the other words. I always say water instead of
Mona
hydro.
has skill that matches her reputation. As a hydro-aligned catalyst user, she masters the battle.
See, I love that. I like the way she's able to travel under the water, like on the ground.
For her teammates to attack. As a student of all things in and under the night sky, Mona also has a strong grasp of weapon construction. In
Okay,
truth,
so she can help
finds
with
that
construction of
most
weapons.
are wastefully
Whoa, you could do
made.
it outside of battle?
When she crafts weapon ascension materials, she has a chance to recover a portion of the materials used.
Okay, so it's just important to have certain characters for
Mona's
certain
normal
things,
attack
and it seems like.
performs up to 4 strikes that deal hydro damage. Holding
It kind
the
of seems
attack
like
button
Genshin's really
consumes a
conscious
set amount
about
of stamina
combinations
and
of
deals
elements.
area of effect hydro damage after a short casting time. Mona creates a phantom of fate from coalesced water.
Like that, like having
This
something that's
phantom taunts
constantly on the
nearby
field while you're
enemies
able to
and
swap
deals
off into
continuous
different
hydro
teammates is
damage
pretty
to
cool.
them. The phantom explodes when its duration expires, dealing area of effect hydro damage
Because
to
it
enemies.
constantly gives them the hydro.
Holding the elemental skill button causes Mona to ride a flow of water backwards and summon her phantom.
Oh, so it's kind of like a get out of
This
there
skill has
thing too
many
if you hold it.
applications. The phantom can be used to taunt enemies, making them wet and
Oh,
priming
it has
them for attacks
taunt
from
as
Mona's
well.
enemies.
Okay. That's
It
super
can
useful, I
also
think.
help her out of a pinch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can kind of use it to get out of the way, and then taunt. Okay, I didn't know it had
When
taunt. I kind
Mona
of figured, I
sprints,
guess.
She cloaks herself in flowing water.
Oh, that's just her
consuming
sprint.
Stamina to move rapidly.
Okay, that's dope.
Ending this skill causes Mona to emerge, getting nearby enemies wet.
Oh, okay.
Illusory
Actually has some
torrent
sort of like
also
a
allows Mona to
effect to
travel
it.
swiftly over water.
Wait, she
Once
not
her
using
first
stam from that?
passive talent is unlocked, Mona can create a phantom automatically if she maintains this skill for a certain period of time with an enemy nearby.
Oh,
Fate is upon you.
oh, I see. So do you get that stuff from constellations?
Mona
Is that how you
summons
unlock like
sparkling
the
waves
further
and creates
art,
a reflection of the
the
starry
further
sky,
abilities and stuff?
applying the wet and illusory bubble statuses onto all enemies in the area. When
Oh, and it also
affected by
has, like,
illusory
a-
bubble, weaker enemies will be
bind.
imprisoned and unable to move. Attacking imprisoned enemies removes that status from them and deals an instance of hydro damage.
Oh, so you want to be kind of careful how you want to do
When
it
the
then.
status is cleared, the enemy comes under an omen. Enemies affected by an omen take more damage.
Okay, damn, they really, they really thought about like characters and how they're gonna work on teams. I didn't know they had this much thought.
Capacity for control cannot be overlooked. This astrologist aids her team at critical moments, controlling the field and maximizing her teammates' damage.
I do like the overall idea for her.
As the battle
astrology
begins,
thing's really cool.
She first summons a phantom. It taunts enemies and lets her switch out. Using
Yeah, then
the
you just
opening
kinda start
created
using
to
your whole team.
cooperate with her teammates and deal massive damage to enemies.
Oh, she just dodged that. That was pretty cool,
She
actually.
uses these combined techniques to control enemies, allowing the party to damage them safely.
Yeah, she definitely has a like a really cool flow. Like it looks like. It looks like she's
Once the
kind of
time is
able to get
right,
in and
she
out of
uses
fights
her
pretty fast.
elemental burst to entrap enemies and attacks them to trigger damage bonus effects. This way, she can defeat the weakened enemies before her, all in good time.
At least I'm not the only one that fights in the fire. I thought maybe it was
Mona's
just a noob
hydromancy
thing.
is indeed unique. No one can deny her intelligence and talent. Within Mondstadt, there are few who possess the ability and a desire to seek truth equal to hers. But beware, O young seeker. You must sacrifice your all to unravel the world's secrets.
Ooh, does the knight actually look like that in
Can the
Genshin?
astrologist Mona
Never
truly
looked up.
bear such a burden?
Overall, I think she's a really cool character as well. The more I learn about some of these characters, the more I feel like they're actually not like just some cliche stuff. Like it actually seems like you have some cool different things you can think about. Like summoning on her would actually be something I'd want to do just for the fact that she has so much mobility. It feels like she's able to kind of weed her way in and out of combat, which is really cool. I like being like kind of fluid in the combat. I don't like being stuck in one spot, so it always seems like that would be a pretty good thing using her.
But the city's daily affairs are run by the Qiqing. As Yuheng of the Qiqing, Keqing acts decisively and pragmatically,
Keqing.
knowing every inch of Liyue like the back of her hand. Yet as a representative of the mortals of Liyue, she has much to say about Rex Lapis's unilateral governance.
I like how they just throw their weapon away.
We live in an era of change.
Oh,
as
she's
the
pretty
old
cool.
order that has existed for 1,000 years. Is
Whoa, she got
about
like a
to be
phantom
rewritten.
blade?
Within the Qiqing, Keqing is one for action. Ruthless efficiency is
I like her
her
design
modus
so far.
operandi. Like her personality, her sword
Wait,
work is both swift and
she has a
uncompromising.
teleport?
This, along with her control
Okay.
of Electro, brings a
I've seen that a little bit in the demo, but oh my god. Oh my
Keqing would not
god.
be more familiar with Liyue.
She's one of those
Even
characters
on
that are
long
just fun,
journeys, she
I bet.
always finds a swift route back home. If dispatched
Yo, that
on an
place is
expedition
a really
in
cool
Liyue,
place.
she will complete it more quickly than most.
Oh, so she's good for expeditions.
Keqing
I don't think
can
I've got to
unleash a
that point
combo
yet.
of up to 5 normal attacks.
Oh, look at her
and final
finesse.
strike, allowing her to pass through enemies.
Okay, okay. I'm impressed.
Yunlai swordsmanship is both offensive and
That's actually kind of cool because when she
offering a way
dashes,
to
she has
dodge
the
some
ability, yeah,
attacks
like on the
and
bosses
strike
and
back
stuff,
from
to kind of
behind.
get them to like, oh, have to turn
Hold
around.
the attack button to consume stamina and release a 2/flurry, dealing high physical damage.
So it does seem like the hold button on most of the basic attacks are dependent on the weapon almost.
Tap Keqing's elemental skill Stellar Restoration to throw a lightning stiletto, which deals electro damage to enemies in a small area.
Oh, you
upon
can do it
impact,
on
and leaves
aerial.
behind a lightning stiletto marker.
And then you teleport
If
on it?
Keqing uses Stellar Restoration again, while the marker
Okay,
is
yeah.
still present,
That's dope.
she flies to the marker and performs a quick slash.
So she has a
dealing
lot of
electro AoE
mobility
damage.
as well. Oh, it is
Holding
AoE.
Stellar Restoration allows Keqing to aim the lightning stiletto before releasing it. Adept use of the lightning stiletto produces various results. With the lightning stiletto, Keqing can flash into battle and attack from the best position.
Oh, we can also kind of use
The
it to get
lightning
behind, I
stiletto
see.
can also be used in exploration.
So I don't know if I'd ever use
navigate
it
challenging terrain.
for that,
Keqing
maybe.
can also clear the lightning stiletto with a charged attack, causing a
Oh,
slashing
wait, you don't have to
thunderstorm that
teleport to
deals
it?
electro AoE damage at its location.
Ah, so there's
Depth use of this
variety to
skill
what you can do
allows
with the
Keqing
ability.
to
That's kind of cool.
creatively deal ranged damage.
I see, I like that. Okay,
After
that is really
unlocking the
cool.
talent Thundering Penance, using Stellar Restoration while the lightning stiletto is present, converts Keqing's normal and charged attacks to electro damage for a
Oh
short
my
time.
gosh, she's got some finesse.
Cut to the chase.
Yes, okay, we always love to see an
Keqing
ability like
unleashes her
that.
Electro power, causing electro AoE damage. Hiding behind the shadow of her sword, she relentlessly slashes surrounding enemies at
God.
lightning speed, dealing multiple rounds of damage. With a final burst of electro AoE damage at the end.
Those look so cool. Like so far,
After
I think she's like
unlocking
the
talent
most visually
Aristocratic
pleasing I've
Figure,
seen.
Casting Starward Sword increases Keqing's crit rate and energy recharge for a
I
period
like
of
that. I
time.
love being able to dash through the enemy with just a basic attack without having to use a dash. That's so cool.
Light on her feet and leaving no shadow. Keqing is a sharp addition to any team. Groups of enemies or single opponents are no match for a well.
Yeah, she looks dope as hell. Like she looks like she'd be so much fun to play. Especially if you get kind of used to doing that, like on the fly. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Mastery of the lightning stiletto. First, use her elemental skill to place the stiletto. Then, use her elemental skill again to zip into battle and strike quickly.
I just like that you're able to use it to
Follow
teleport,
up
or
with
you can
more
just smack
electro
it.
damage,
That's so
using her
cool.
Elemental skill to suppress the enemy, and continue to use the lightning stiletto at opportune moments to frequently.
Whoever's
move and
playing though
attack.
has has some balls to just continuously rely on the basic attack to dash through.
Energy.
I feel like I'd want to do a dash.
Once full, it is time to unleash Starward Sword.
Yeah, so she's more of a solo player though. You can kind of tell she'd be like a heavy DPS, like somebody that's just kind of relying on herself a bit. I mean, I'm sure she combos pretty well with elementals, but it definitely seems like she does a lot of damage herself.
This desire to take fate into her own hands.
Ooh,
I
look how
remember this
beautiful
feeling.
that is though.
Will
Dogs.
she be able to bring her vision to life? To protect this land she calls home? In the hands of the Keqing, where is Liyue headed? The road ahead is unclear, but we shall wait and see.
Alright guys, on that one, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I don't want to make the video too long. Unless you guys want to see longer videos, definitely let me know in the comments and we can just make these a little bit longer if you want to see it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure to like it if you guys are enjoying the video, as well as sub to the channel if you guys are new. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Peace.